folks. So, I couldn't even tell you how many weeks we are going on now of me trying to get close to Soot to deal with her mats. So let's see how we go today. She's at least jumping up here when I start to put the food on the thing. Good morning, girls. Soot, is today the day? Probably not, huh? Alright, let's see what we got here. Hello, Cinder. There's Soot, and there's that giant mat on her backside that we're trying to get. I'm really not sure what has happened other than, last month I put flea and tick medicine on her, and she had a big mat on her neck that I got off of her. It's like every time she lets me get anywhere near her, I have to do something she doesn't like to her. Hello, Cinder. Yeah, yes. Could you get back? I don't have any problem. Obviously, I don't have any trouble getting close to Cinder. She's not a problem at all. Look, I brought the good stuff. I've been trying to bribe them. See, my husband feeds them too when I'm not here, and then he feeds them again in the evening when he gets home from work. So I've been feeding them a wet food every time I come out to feed them. So they get good treats from me, which I'm hoping will gain some trust from Miss Soot. Yeah. You look like no. Come on, Biddy. Hello, ma'am. Hello, could you move? So I can see what I'm doing. Could you move? Move your little cat butt. Oh, she's already eaten almost all her dry food. Alright, so there's a wet food for you. If I can get it to come out. There we go. This one's for Soot. She's still down there just looking at me. I'm not sure what we're going to do about this. I've actually tried to catch her, trap her, because it's... Can I move you over here a little bit? We've actually tried trapping her. We didn't catch her. We caught this goofball 3 times. So we've not caught Soot, but we've got Cinder, because she's a goofball, and she's pretty easy to catch. And there she goes, running away from me. Oh, Soot. Could you please go up there and eat? Where did you go? There she is. Soot, honey. I'm just trying to help you, baby. Did you go up there? I don't know. And see, at this point, if I actually get close to her, I don't want to immediately do something that scares her, because then we're going to be back at square one again. Honey, you are fine. You are. Could you go eat? So, she's very skittish. She's very cautious, which is why trapping her does not work very well. This one here, though. So, when we put the trap out, this is the one we catch. What's getting ready to happen is she's getting ready to eat all of her food and then eat Soot's. I've tried sitting over away from where they eat and coming back over here, but the second I move, they both run like an idiot. It scares Soot, which then scares Cinder. I don't know. She does let my husband get fairly close to her. I think what may end up happening is I may have to have him come out and feed him and then grab her. But I don't really want to make her scared of both of us. And if you grab her, you better have gloves on, because she does become teeth and claws very quickly. So, although those of you who have mentioned maybe trap her and take her to the vet and have her shaved, because they'll knock her out and do it. Yeah, I know, we've thought of that. The problem is we can't catch her, which is I used to be able to. There she is over there. She's waiting on me to leave. Soot. Here, let's try something. And at this point, if I can get close to her, I may not actually try to catch her. I just want her to let me start getting close to her again. It's going to be time for flea and tick medicine again pretty soon. Look, baby. She's going to go hide underneath the rototiller, the tiller here. Honey, look, I got food for you. Nope, nope, nope. It's a big hard nope. There she goes. Soot, honey, I'm just trying to help you. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we're not going to make any progress here. So, I guess we'll go on to our other chores today. And the next chore that we've got to do while we're home today, we've already done garden stuff. We did that last night, or yesterday, is, that's not yours. Nope, I don't want you to eat that. Here, we'll put it, we're gonna put it down here. We're gonna clean our goldfish pond out. So you guys want to come along? We've got barn cats and goldfish today. So this is the goldfish pond. It's just a little pond. Didn't have any goldfish are actually in it. We put some feeder fish in it a few years ago, and they're still in there. They're doing fine. They multiply. And it actually doesn't look too bad, except that it has more plants in it than it should, and the fish are having a hard time getting around, I think. And we can't see them. I planted these large lily pads, not realizing how big they were going to get when we first set up the pond. This was an old pond that was already here when we bought the property, and it was neglected and abandoned and nobody had done anything with it, so I cleaned it up, lined it with new rocks, patched a hole in it, and put some plants in it, and then some fish. Well, I didn't know those lily pads were going to get that big, so that's not the right kind of lily pad. So those really need to be pulled out. I don't know if I'll be able to do that today. Lily pads on this side are fine. These are the wrong kind of lily pads for this little bitty pond. But down in here, let's see if we can see that ferny stuff? That was also a mistake. That stuff turns into a weed, and it gets in everything, and it clogs filters, and we need to pull as much of that out as possible. So today's goal is really just to pull out the ferny stuff. Maybe see if we can pull some of these big lily pads out, but I honestly have to just get inside the pond and wade around to pull that out, and I don't know if I'm up for that today. But here, this is pond cleaning day today, so we're gonna get started on that. Okay, well, I didn't get all the lily pads. In fact, most of it I was just pulling leaves, but I did get a big mass of roots out of there. So, I haven't seen a single fish, but sometimes when you start messing around in here, the fish get under stuff and hide. So hopefully, I see a rock out of place that needs to be fixed. Hopefully, the fish will come back out later. It's real murky right now because pulling all that stuff out, especially that big clump of lily pads, sure stirred a lot of stuff up. We'll come back out later and do another video after it's cleared up, and maybe we'll see some fish. Well, guys, that is the next morning, and the fish pond has cleared up quite a bit. I can see rocks down there. I was hoping, with it being nice and cool, we'd see some fish. I did see some yesterday evening, but I don't see anybody right now. There are fish in here, because I saw a group, but they're hiding, probably under those lily pads. But it sure does look better in here than it did. Come around this way. Anybody over on this side? No. I do put a dye in the water to help keep the algae down, but you can see through it. But the sun's not out yet. It's kind of cloudy, so we don't see any fish. But that's how the pond turned out. Definitely looks better. So we're getting ready to go back to work this morning. So we need to get moving. You guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you again next time. Guys, look. Be really quiet. Look at here. She's letting me pet her. Alright, as much as I'd like to grab her, I'm not going to do it. I was able to pet her, now I'm going to back off. We've got some progress here.